Hey guys, welcome back to Piston Malaysia. Today we're here at the Sepang International Circuit again, but this time to check out a very beautiful car, the new Lexus NX 350. It's an all-new model. It's not just a simple facelift. It's all new, guys, and it's up to 95% new. I mean, look at it. It's such a beautiful looking car. So in this video, we're going to take you for a walk around, check out the interior, and we're going to take it for a drive around Sepang Circuit to tell you exactly how it feels like, and we hope to later get the car for a real-world test. But for what we're going to do now, let's check out the exterior. Now, as always, let's start with the front of the car. For those of you who are Lexus fans, you'll notice that the new Lexus NX still carries on the iconic spindle grille, but now it's almost vertical, this spindle grille, and it no longer has that chrome ends. Right now it's all in gloss black. You still have those interlocking L's over here that make up this F-Sport Lexus NX 350. This is the F-Sport model, guys. And then you have this very cool looking satin gloss lid at the front there, which really accentuates the design of the car. And for those of you who remember that the previous generation Lexus NX had the daytime running lights that were disconnected from the main headlight. They were at the bottom here, but right now they've been integrated into the headlight. And Lexus tells us that the daytime running light, the brightness of the daytime running light actually depends on the speed that you're driving. So if you are, let's say, at city speeds, it will just dim down just a little bit, and if you're on highway speeds, that's when it'll be at its maximum brightness. So it's a very beautiful front end, and you also have this aerodynamic touches over here that rushes air into the engine, which we'll speak about later. It rushes air into the engine to cool with aiding. Now, if you want to see exactly how vertical the spindle grille looks like, if you come to the side, you can see exactly almost how vertical it sits. It's beautiful, guys. It's seriously such a beautiful car. And then you move on to the side, you get 20-inch wheels over here. So gorgeous looking. As I said, this is the F-Sport model. There are two models. There's the luxury model as well as the F-Sport. So let's focus on the F-Sport for today. And then gloss black, piano black side view mirror, of course with sensors and camera placed at the bottom here. I want to also tell you something very cool. That is a Lexus first, actually, and it's something called the E-latch. So since we are here, let's talk about that. If you remember the traditional door handle, you have to first pull out the door handle and then pull the door, right? That's how the door usually unlatches for you to pull the door. But right now, you don't have that. You cannot pull this out. Why? Because there's a button inside where you just click the button and it just unlocks. So it's just one movement. Whereas previously with other cars, seriously, you go to any other car, even a Mercedes-Benz, there are two movements. You have to unlatch it and pull it, but not anymore. It's so cool, you can even do it with your pinky. That's how nice it is. It's the same movement inside. I'll show you that later when we step inside the car. Now let's go to the back here. There's another design element that I really like that I thought I should show you. See, when you open this door, notice that there's a cut in this door that just reveals the tire just a little bit. It's like picking up your skirt just a little bit. It's a really cool touch that I really like over there. And then when you come to the side, to the back, this is where there are a lot of updates. This is a full model change, an FMC model, so it's almost all new. So let me just start from here. Now this is a bit of a slit. It's actually dead. There's nothing in here. So you cannot really put your finger in this, but this is necessary because it creates a vortex of sorts and it just lets the wind hug the car rather than create dirty air, dirty air around here. So what this means, what this is meant to do is that it's meant to reduce drag on the car. So by reducing drag, it actually improves fuel efficiency. So this may seem like it's just there for nothing, but it plays a very important role. Now let's go up to the here. Now this light strip is not really new. We've seen this with the UX as well as the LM. So this is really nice. But what is really different here though, guys, and this is the first for Lexus, and we're going to continue seeing this for the other Lexus models, is Lexus has been spelled out here for the first time. If you remember, previously it was just an L, the Lexus logo that was here, but right now it's been spelled out, so that's really cool. And the other thing that I really appreciate about the new Lexus NX 350 is that it's not pretentious. It's not going to pretend like they're fake exhaust. I hate fake exhaust. Everybody hates fake exhaust. And the Lexus too. There's no fake exhaust. Their exhausts are placed at the bottom here, and as you can see, there's no fake exhaust. Why the need for fake exhaust? Just do what Lexus did and create a beautiful back end. And that's exactly what it is. It's a beautiful back end. It's not fussy. And then again, from the side here, it's business as usual, has just what I pointed out. Now let's go check out the interior. Inside, it's seriously beautiful. I love this F-Sport seats. They're amazing, perforated leather, they're ventilated. Of course, then when you sit inside, it's just such a nice place to be in. And I always thought that the Lexus NX was a little bit on the smallish side, especially for a guy of my size. But the new NX is actually just a tad bit bigger, and I actually kind of like how the interior sort of wraps around me. I like how it actually makes me feel also. It's, keep in mind that because the Lexus NX 350 costs about, the F-Sport model costs about 390,000 ringgit. So this goes up against the likes of the BMW X3 as well as the Mercedes GLC. But the interior is worlds apart from those cars. It's such a nice interior. And just now I was telling you about the E-latch. How that works is you just have to, you see this push to open, just sort of push it here and push it again. So again, just one simple movement. So what happens when the battery dies and you're sitting in the car? Of course Lexus has thought of that. So what you do is 1, 2. Easy, simple. Again, let me tell you this. 1, 2. That's in case the battery dies, guys. Unlikely, but yes, there's a backup for that, in case you're wondering. So anyway, the interior is dominated, utterly dominated by this 14-inch screen. Seriously, it's such a big, huge screen, but it's beautiful. But before we get to the screen, I just would love to point out, and I'm very happy to say this, that Lexus has completely dumped the remote touch interface, which was a big mouse pad thing over here, which is utterly unnecessary. I hated it, and I'm very happy that it's no longer there because it simply did not make sense. It just made the entire user experience very, very bad. And I'm glad to say that it's no longer here. Anyway, piano black, of course, this is naturally going to be picking up on dust. It's naturally going to be picking up on fingerprints. So again, like I say with all my reviews, keep a small piece of cloth in the car, because if you're like me, it's going to irritate the shit out of you. It does irritate the hell out of me. So anyway, 14-inch screen. Let me see if I can get this started. Yes, let's talk. First turn on the air conditioning. Alright, look at this, guys. Look at this. Seriously, one big chunky screen. I can connect my iPhone to this wirelessly, so I get wireless Apple CarPlay. But if you are one of those unfortunate guys that has to use an Android, so you can connect your Android Auto using a cable, sadly. So, and yeah, so I can turn it off over here, and this is music, phone, the car settings, this is your setup, and yeah, it's huge, and it seems to be a very straightforward. There's no home button, there's no home settings, so I guess this would be your home button, your home menu over here. So navigation, music, phone, your onboard settings, your settings for the onboard systems, and yes, I also like, see there's another monitor in here that tells you the exact temperature that you have. This is for the passenger, and this is of course for the driver. And yeah, this is your cameras, so this gives you a 360 view, and let's see if I can change that. Yeah, I can. There's all sorts of toys and goodies in here, and otherwise a beautiful place to be in. You get wireless charge pad over here, and this is for your drive mode selector. To the right is Sport, and that's Sport S Plus, and then normal is, you press this for normal and you turn it to the left for eco. So this is, wow, a very nice, very thoughtful interior, very driver focused interior. You also get heads up display, guys, so you get all sorts of information. You get navigation, you get your speedometer, you even get another icon that tells you which gear you're in. I'm guessing that's if you want to drive in manual mode. You also get this horizontal aluminium insert over here, which looks really good. Of course, this is your usual memory seats. Such a beautiful place to be in. Lexus, wouldn't expect anything lesser. But this is, after all, the NX, right? So let's see how the back seats are like. Again, press, push. Beautiful, really comfortable, and not much space over here, but that's fine. I'm still comfortable. And if you notice how the backrest is reclined, so this is at its, there's two settings. Of course, you can be a little bit more vertical, but this is at its most reclined, comfortable, no doubt. And you get cup holders, and you get Type-C USB slots over here, and an auxiliary power unit, and air conditioning vents. There's no air conditioning vents at the side here, which is a bummer actually, but otherwise a very nice place to be in. And you get that E-latch over here as well, so press, push. Now let's check out the boot. Keep in mind, guys, that this is a medium-sized SUV. So you have the RX, you have the NX, you get the UX. The UX is of course very small. It's too small for people of my size. But this is the boot of the Lexus NX. Check it out. It's quite generous in space actually, and it's more than enough to go about for a family to get away on a weekend trip somewhere. It's ample, and you don't get spare a spare wheel, unfortunately. So these are run flats. So what is this? This is actually your tonneau cover. So you latch this here, so you can cover the boot when you're going to park the car. Lexus has, of course, thought about where you're going to store it whenever you're not using it, so it neatly stores over there. And you also get a lot of storage underneath here. So, very nice, very thoughtful, and I love the quality of things. The carpet is supple, it's beautiful. Now let's check out the engine. So the NX model that we get in the Malaysian market is powered by the first ever Lexus turbocharged engine. Now this is a 2.4 litre turbocharged engine. It produces about 275 horsepower and about 430 Newton meters of torque, which when you compare it to others, is actually not all that powerful. 275 horsepower can be a lot of fun actually, and this is an all-wheel drive model. So I can't wait to drive it on the track. But as far as the numbers go, it does 0 to 100 in about 7 seconds, which is not explosive, but Lexus says that this car is not meant to be that explosive type of character. It's supposed to be gentle, it's supposed to be supple, it's supposed to be something that you enjoy driving. And enjoy driving it, I'm sure I will, which we will do shortly. But again, this engine is then mated to a regular 8-speed gearbox. Alright guys, so now let's explore how the Lexus NX 350 actually feels like to drive. Well, keep in mind that this is actually a family SUV, but I'm told that it's actually quite fun to drive. So supposedly the body of the new Lexus NX 350 is about 30% more rigid, which would make it fun in corners. So I'm starting off in normal mode. I got 4 modes. I got normal, I got eco, I got sport, I got sport plus. Right? So I'm not going to even bother with eco. We had the Sepang International Circuit at the south track of the Sepang International Circuit. Let's forget about eco. Eco and sports tracks, racing circuits do not go hand in hand. So let's forget about eco. Right? Clear track, foot down, and it's already making some fancy sounds, bros. Alright, and right ahead of me, I have a slalom track laid out, right? So, just gonna demonstrate this. So this is supposed to demonstrate the agility of the car. As I said, the body of the Lexus NX is 30% more rigid, and yet it's compliant. But then at the same time, you get just a little bit of body roll. That's because it's still a very comfortable medium-sized SUV. This is a car that you take your family out for breakfast, take them out for a weekend getaway. This is the SUV that can do that. But then at the same time, I can attack a corner such as this. And its power is transferred to all 4 wheels. Okay? It's electronically distributed according to the driving situation. So if the system detects that you need more power to the front, it sends more power to the front. If it detects that it needs more power at the back, it sends power to the back. Alright guys, at the back straight of the Sepang International Circuit, and I'm going to go straight into Sport Plus, pedal to the metal. It's amazing, it sounds amazing. For just a luxurious MPV, sounds nice. Alright, I'm at 139, 150, 160, 170, 180, brake! No dramas, no issues. So now that I'm in Sport Plus, what happens? Power is still sent to all 4 wheels, except that the steering wheel feels heavier, gears quick shifter, it holds on to gears longer as well, and it's just a lot more aggressive sounding as well. Whoa! All-wheel drive! So there you go guys. In terms of sporting prowess, the Lexus NX does not fail. Seriously, it's a fun car to drive. But then at the same time, Lexus today made it a point to tell us that don't forget to drive this car slowly, guys, because it's actually a very nice, quiet, comfortable interior. So let's take their word for it. Let's try it out actually. Going into normal mode, slowing down, back straight, and it's a nice, quiet, comfortable interior. I'm not even increasing my voice to present this. This is really nice. So how does Lexus achieve this? Lexus does this with something called active noise cancellation. It's not new technology, even my Ford Ranger has it. I know they don't like to hear this, but that's the fact. But this is a brilliant piece of kit. It's a brilliant piece of technology because it only uses strategically mounted microphones or or speakers that emit very minute frequencies that cancel out the noise that is in the cabin. Ambient noise. Pilots use the same technology in their headphones. If I'm not mistaken, it was Bose that first introduced it in the pilot headphones many years ago. So that same technology is also here right now. And I'm also, if I'm not mistaken, Lexus was the first car maker to introduce this technology in a car. And as you can hear, there's nothing to hear. So it's actually brilliant. It's a very nice balance of sports and luxury. It's not overly done. It doesn't try too hard to be luxurious. At the same time, it's also really fun, to put it lightly. And the only issue that I can see with the Lexus NX is not the car, it's the grey market. Because there's so many cars that enter Malaysia from the grey market from Japan that it makes it difficult for Lexus Malaysia to actually compete on a price point. The Lexus NX 350 F Sport costs about 390,000 ringgit. It's a lot of money for a medium-sized SUV, right? And this is, after all, a CBU model. Lexus does not create CKD models for the Malaysian market. There's absolutely no point. But the Lexus NX actually contributes 25% of the total sales volume of Lexus Malaysia. And one of the best things about owning a Lexus is not just the car, it's the ownership experience itself. So Lexus spoils you with a lot of hospitality-like details. Many years ago, I used to go to America to be trained, sort of trained by Lexus, of course as a journalist, and I was told that Lexus hires frontliners from the hospitality industry. I'm not quite sure how true it is or whether it's true anymore, but Lexus used to hire people from the hospitality industry to make you feel good, to make people that buy Lexus feel good. That's how detailed Lexus is. There you have it, guys. A beautiful interior, fun to drive. What more could you want from a car, actually? It's just sad that it costs 390,000 ringgit, and in a couple of months, there'll probably be a grey importer somewhere that brings this car in and offers it at 310, 320. But the only problem with that is that you will not be getting the full Lexus Malaysia hospitality and support. And when it comes to owning a car, after sales is one of the most important things, because buying a car is the easy part. Maintaining the car is where it truly matters. So there you have it, guys, the new Lexus NX 350 F Sport, driven here at the Sepang International Circuit, giving us a very good insight into how the car balances luxury and sports. So is it worth the 390 ringgit asking price? Well, I'll tell you this. It's a very nice alternative to the Mercedes GLC. It's a brilliant alternative to the BMW X3. And that's what this badge is all about, actually. Luxury and sports. And now it comes in a very handsome package. It's also bigger, so there's more room for you and your family. Yes, it's definitely worth the 390 ringgit asking price. Thank you for watching. I'm Kashi Dillon. This is Piston Malaysia. As usual, do consider subscribing. Thank you.